The nurse who swaps babies. We have been onto a nurse who is under suspicion for switching babies when they have just been born. Right now she is simply under suspicion and we are trying to have a close look at her and how she works. The reason she is under suspicion is because many workers have reported to me that they have seen her switching babies. This nurse has worked here for a long time and she is in her 70s now. She is one of those that doesn't want to retire, and she has even held me as a baby when my parents gave birth to me. So when I heard from a couple of workers who work at the hospital that she has been switching babies, I couldn't believe it. I didn't want to believe it or even do an investigation, but no parents have come back to us thinking any different. So it's just a couple of hospital workers and they have always had a good relationship with this nurse, and so I do trust them. It's a serious accusation and she has worked so long at the hospital and seen the birth of many generations, but this will certainly end her. I see her walking around the hospital and I can't believe that she still works here after so long. I have to assume that she has been doing this from the start of her career. She doesn't need the money and she is simply working because she likes it, I'm assuming, of course. I definitely won't be working here in my 70s, but this nurse is made differently. I remember following her and she goes into the newborn baby unit, and right there I see her swapping babies. Her eyes though are a mix of gold and white, then they go back to normal. She then looks at me and says I'm getting too old and getting too bad at sneak swapping babies. She also smiles. I question her about what she is doing, but she says majority of babies don't belong with the family they were born into, so I swap them into a family that they do belong with. I try to say something but she cuts me midway and says I even swapped you at birth, and if you had gone home with the family you were born into, you would have turned out very bad, and she says this as her eyes turn weird again. I can see possibilities and what each new life is like with certain families. Because of me I have secretly saved so many lives and turned this town into a functional place, she explains further. I get security to get her off premises and she has been fired.